What's up, guys? Hope everybody's doing well tonight. Hope everybody had a great weekend. So I've got a bunch of great giveaways for this Friday. So I talked to you guys briefly. It's only been 2 days, so congrats to all of the winners from Friday. But I've got some really cool stuff. I try to be a little bit more generous this week with Christmas upon us and the New Year as well. So we've got a bunch of cool stuff. So I don't know if everybody checked out the description of this video. I actually updated it a little bit late, so it's only been up there for a couple hours. But I've got all of the giveaway links posted on my website right now. So I'm going to give you guys those links right now. And then I'll dive into the live chat with you guys a little bit. So how was everybody's weekend? Oh, wow, we already got 88 entries. So I'm doing a PS3, which I have right here. This is the PS3. It's really a great looking PS3 as well. So this is the 160 gigabyte slim version. And I'm throwing in a original PlayStation 3. It's the white controller, but still original controller here. I have all the cables and all that as well. So we're going to be doing that. That'll probably be, let me see what I put for the time on that one. So that'll be like the main, we'll call it the main event giveaway, 9 p.m. It looks like that one's going to wrap up. So that's the coolest. I don't have a mini PC this week. I think I said in the live stream on Friday that I was going to have a mini PC, and I have a bunch of mini PCs, but I've been kind of behind on reviewing everything. So I need a little bit more time with them. Then I'm going to give, everything that I have away. So we've got some awesome mini PCs coming up in the next couple of weeks. So we'll just have to hold off a little bit on those, but I think the PS3 will make up for it. So I'm also going to include 3 games. I didn't put this in the giveaway, but these are just 3 games that I happen to have. I only have 2 cases though. So I've got Tony Hawk's Project 8 here, which I was actually testing out last night. Looks pretty perfect on the backside of this. Definitely an awesome game. If you're into the Tony Hawk games, that's definitely one of the greatest. Dragon Age 2, which I'm not at all familiar with. This is loose, but I also have GoldenEye Reloaded here for PS3 as well. And this game I've spent a lot of time on. So awesome titles. Put that in here. All of them work. I tested everything out. And again, the console here is in great condition. I'm not going to say it's perfect by any means. It's obviously, a console that's no longer made, but it's never been opened up or anything like that. So I'm not claiming it to be refurbished or anything, but it has been fully tested, reset, all that good stuff. So let me give you guys the direct link if you haven't already checked this out. So here is the link for that giveaway, and I'll be announcing winners again. Same deal as what we usually do here. Friday night, starting at 8 p.m. We'll jump here on the live, and that one's going to be the 3rd one in the run up there. So how do you enter? Just follow that link right there. So I haven't dove into the live chat here yet, but thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. We've got 50 of you guys in here, so that's awesome. I think we've done one Sunday before in the past, but usually I just stick to the Fridays, and then I'll do like a pre-filmed video. But yeah, let me just catch up with you guys here. Gary, sorry to hear that. Wishing you the best, though. I had one of my best friends. He had stage 4 cancer a couple of years ago. And we were all positive through that, but it didn't look good for a little while there, and he's made a full recovery. He's doing great. So stay positive. I think that the positivity is key there. But yeah, definitely, I feel for you, man. That's a tough thing to go through. He was only at the time, I think he's 38 now, so he would have been 36 or so. Really young for that, but shit happens. All right, so the next giveaway that I'm going to be doing here, and I have everything laid out here. I have a couple of these dual screen laptop screen extenders here. This one is the KEFEYA 14-inch, and I'm going to actually open this up with you guys here. So it comes with this really cool carrying case here, and I think I have to update the photo actually because I have 2 displays visible there, and I believe this is the single one. I'll double check though. Let's open it up. I reviewed a bunch of these products. Yeah, I got to update it. This is the single, not the triple. How do I open you up? There we go. But this one has an amazing screen on here. and it connects to the backside of your laptop just simply by pulling this, and it just clamps itself down. We also have this little piece up here that kind of keeps it from sliding down. So it's a really well thought out product. And then when you want to store it, you just pull this and it secures everything in place. So you can't pull this out without disengaging it that way. Awesome carrying case though. Really a high-end dual screen laptop screen extender. So I do have to update that photo. I apologize to you guys for that one, but let's see, let me get this back in here safely. And then I mentioned, if you guys were in here on Friday, I mentioned that I'm going to be doing some live giveaways too, which we did this past week with a more basic item. But this coming Friday, I'm giving away the RetroBeast 96 terabyte setup, which is absolutely insane. So I'm going to close this up a little bit better here. So that has, I don't even remember the game count on that in all honesty, but it's thousands and thousands. I mean, it's 6 different drives. Is it 6? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the main one on top here is 6. So I think that goes for $3,500. So that's a huge, huge giveaway, and that's just going to be live. So I'm not giving you guys the link to that one beforehand. You got to be here in the live stream, and then as soon as we go live, right at 8 p.m. on Friday, I'll put up the link for that, as well as I also have the USB game drive that I just reviewed on, I forget what day it was, but I think it was my last video, so it would have been Saturday, I think. So let's see, Bitch Fit Gamer, good to see you. What else we have here? So I'm just going to dive into the chat a little bit. I'm looking for a good mini PC for retro gaming, preferably under $500. What do you suggest? I've got some great options for you. Let me get through this next thing that I want to give you guys a link to. So this is for the laptop screen extender. This link coming at you guys right now, and all of these links can be found in the description of this video as well. But I've got a great option for you. So just hang with me for 1 second here. I'm going to do the last one, and then we'll talk about, after I give him a suggestion here, we'll talk about the live giveaways for Friday. All right, so PS3, we got that one out of the way. Laptop screen extender is good. And then this last one here of the ones that you can, enter to win right now. This is the Holdsound BK-M500 TV headphones, which are actually really awesome. I didn't review these on the channel. I reviewed these on Amazon, but these, you have this wireless base here, which acts as basically it's a transmitter and receiver setup. So you can plug this into your TV and get, all your audio sound coming right through the headphones. So if you're somebody like me that goes to bed hours and hours after my wife, and, as soon as I turn on the TV, it's an issue, that's definitely going to be something that comes in handy for you. So I'm going to give you guys the link to this one right here. And I think this one retails for like $79 or so. I have the link to the Amazon link. Oh, I see I didn't change all of the information in the listing there, so I got to go back and do that later. Still says in one part that this is the Paladin Ha4, so I will make that change. All right, so those are the 3, and then we also have this right here is the RetroBeast. So it comes with one drive that you connect. That's your D drive, and then you have to connect this monstrosity, which I'm making it look good right now. This is probably, I don't know, a good 40 pounds, 35 pounds right here. And this has all these different drives in the front. So we have 5 drives in the front, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Tons of games on here. Literally like everything is on this. This is a $3,500 setup from Chris Coolmod. So I did a review video like, I want to say 8 months ago on this setup, and it's just massive. It's like what everybody wants for retro gaming. So definitely enter to win that. And the only way to do that is to be here live on the live stream Friday night. So I'll provide you guys with the links to that, as well as the game drive that I reviewed on Saturday, which is just a USB small game drive, but still pretty sweet for your old school collections. So let me get that $500 price range mini PC option. I get this question a lot, so I think it'll be good for everybody to see what I recommend. My favorite mini PC is actually the B-Link Surge 6 right now anyways. The Surge 7 is out, but they're like back ordered on it. So just looking at the current price point on the Surge 6, $529. So you could kind of weigh out the pros and cons with that. It is a great setup. There's a couple of different versions, but let me go into my orders and get the exact one that I ordered and reviewed. Let me see. If you can get this for a price point that works for you. And it's $529, so it's a little bit over your budget. Let me get the link for you. Worth looking at, though. I can give you some more budget-friendly options here, but this one's definitely my favorite just because it's compact. It also has amazing performance, but there's some other options too, and I'll give you those options. The Peloton Hot 4, which I gave away here on the channel, I think 2 weeks ago now. That's an awesome one. Prices are kind of all over the place right now, so it's kind of hard to gauge exactly what the price point is currently because it's just fluctuating so much. All right, if I can find it in here. So I think a lot of people oversold, a lot of companies rather oversold with the Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals, and then they kind of came up short a little bit. So I've seen a big price increase here. So here is, this one's 509, which is close to what it was when I reviewed it. I think it was like 475, something like that. So if you don't need it for the holidays, definitely wait a couple days because I guarantee you the prices will drop after the holidays. Not like the day after Christmas, but like right after New Year's. Usually we do see prices just kind of correct and get back to normal. So let me see. There was another one. Let me see what Ace Magician has and right now it's just a crappy time because everybody's jacking the prices up, especially now, a week out from Christmas. They're trying to get the most they can out of you. If you waited last minute, which, who didn't wait last minute? And I have some great giveaways coming up too. And I actually have a whole bunch of stuff kind of pulled to the side here. I'll walk through it with you guys today and just show you what's coming up. So let me catch up on the live chat here. Bitch Fit Gamer. I try, man. I really do. I get a lot of these. I'm lucky enough because you guys are watching my videos now where, the companies are starting to take notice, at least with my PC review videos. They seem to do pretty well on here. Not ETA Prime or anything like that, but they're sending me stuff. So I don't need, all these mini PCs after I review them. And most of the time the companies will just let me keep them. So I want to do these giveaways, give it back to you guys. And, I don't see an end in sight as long as, I keep doing what I'm doing on here, which I intend to do. We'll keep doing the giveaways every Friday. You're making me miss wrestling from I got the Macho Man guys over there. I'm still like working on this room here, so everything's moving around. But yeah, I got the old school Macho Man there, and then I found that pillow on I think it was on Etsy actually. So yeah, I don't follow much of the new wrestling stuff. Everything that I like is old school. I'm stuck in the '90s, or I wasn't even born in the '80s, but just after the '80s. Let's see. Starting a new job. I'll have Fridays off. Yay, nice. We'll be glad to have you here for the live streams. And I'm gonna do. I'll take that longboard. Yeah, I love that. That's a Quest longboard. I don't get on it much anymore, but I can't afford to with 3 kids to bust my ass and have a broken arm or something. But yeah, I used to skateboard a lot more. Are these products used and tested by you? Yeah, so everything is tested. I don't use anything like extensively, but all my videos are filmed with them. So yeah, they're open box. That's the best way to describe it. Most of them I package up exactly, like almost to the T, exactly as they came. Sometimes there'll be a film that obviously I remove and stuff like that. But yeah, they are just used for the videos. Everything that you see me doing videos, came from these products here. Let's see. Yeah, '90s were a better time in a lot of ways. Technology has come, certainly a long way, but I haven't watched wrestling since for decades. Yeah, I have Peacock, so I'll like go on and watch like old Ric Flair and Macho Man and stuff like that. But yeah, I kind of keep up to date through the advertisement that they have on there for modern day stuff. But yeah, it's not my go-to, that's for sure. '80s NWA and Independence, yeah, for sure. Ric Flair, Harley Race, Dusty Rhodes, good old days. All right, so while I have you guys here, I actually have a bunch of stuff that I thought I was I always feel like I'm trying to catch up with review videos because I get a ton of stuff in, and I'll go through, a bunch of them each week. I'll film, put the videos out fairly quickly. I don't spend a ton of time editing, but the review videos do take a little while to edit. But I felt like I was finally like making headway, and then I looked over and I have this massive amount of stuff to review. So what do we have here? I'm actually going through this for the first time right now. So this is just a cable. It's one of those cables that are all over TikTok, I guess. I don't use TikTok. I'm not on TikTok. So I think I might have a TikTok account, but I don't use it. It's these cables that like retract into, like a perfect circle. So I got one of those to test out. I think they're for iPhones. You can get them like Type-Cs, bunch of different options there. But I figured that's not gonna be on the channel, but I do stuff like that on Amazon all the time. So I have the RG35 XX Plus right here from Ambernick. So a lot of people have been, I don't want to open this up too much. I'll take a peek at it. A lot of people have been asking me when I'm going to review this, and I've been meaning to. Here it is. It'll get done this week. I believe I also have, I don't know if it's here yet, but I have a RG35 XX regular. So we have the Plus and the regular, and I'm going to do a comparison video too between the two versions so we can see what the difference is, what the upgrades are from the regular to the Plus. So that'll be pretty cool. Yes, so the giveaways are open to everybody. I was going to actually limit it to the United States, and then I just said, the hell with it. If anybody, overseas wins, I'll send it out to you. And actually, 2 weeks ago, everybody was outside the country. So, yeah, I open it up to everybody now. Remember Jenko jeans? Yeah, I do remember those. They're making a comeback. I believe everything from the 90s is coming back around. Somebody stopped me the other day. I had Vans on. And they were like, did Vans come back around? I'm like, I think so. I don't think Vans ever went away, but I've been wearing Vans for 20 years. But yeah, everything comes around eventually. So I got this off of Amazon. It looked too cool to pass up. I don't know if you guys have seen this, and you can kind of see the image up there at the top of the box. It's basically a plug and play gaming setup. I forget how many games it's supposed to include on here. I don't think it says on the box. No, it does. Over 20,000 games. So it's a retro game console, but it comes with a screen. So basically it's this all-inclusive console screen setup with two controllers that look like PlayStation style controllers. I forget what it cost, but it's supposed to have 1280 by 720p resolution, which for retro gaming is fine. Definitely interested to check it out and see what the performance is like on it. But there's constantly people asking what is the best plug and play setup to dive into these days with games on it and all that stuff. And it's obviously controversial, but it's hard to recommend something like that because there's not much that has exceptional performance. Usually it's comparable to that of like a Raspberry Pi 4, which, in 2020, it was great. 2023, almost 2024, it's definitely not, what we can get out of setting up our own mini PC, but then you have the legwork of dealing with that. So I get both sides of it. Yeah, open to everybody. So I'm just going to catch up on some of the messages here. I think I'm pretty well caught up there. Sick old school Disney deck. Yeah, I just got that last week. It's by Trevor Andrew, who was a professional snowboarder. He designs now for Disney, but he also did stuff for Gucci. Gucci Ghost was like his designer name. So he created that, and he's done some amazing stuff. So I like all his artwork, and I actually got that on eBay for ridiculously cheap. So put it up there, and I'm going to fill in this whole area behind me because I actually removed my desk in the background. Now I'm working off of this portable desk here, which I love. It has this little crank on the side. I don't know if you can see. There we go. It lowers and raises up. I can make it like 4.5 feet tall or 2 feet tall, which is awesome for filming review videos because different things you want like different heights for filming. So this right here just came in yesterday. This is the Ace Magic Mighty mini PC. Very comparable to one of actually I have the Ace Magician one that looks like this. I forget the model number off the top of my head, but this looks insane. I cannot wait to dive into this. It's 16 gigabytes. This is the gray color. It doesn't actually list the specs on the back side of this, but I believe it's like 4.75 gigahertz, which is pretty impressive. I forget what the graphics card is on it, but it does look to be very promising, and I think it was fairly expensive too. I have to look into that one. They sent me that one, so that will eventually be probably 2 weeks from now. This will be one of the free giveaways here on the channel, so very excited about that. So let's see what else we have here in the live chat. When I first got into emulation, I got one of those 4K game stick lights well before you reviewed it. How did that work out for you, Adrian? I actually have one in the box sealed over there. I don't, it just like showed up at my house one day. I think it's almost identical to the first one that I reviewed, but now they're made by all these different people have been making those, and they're really limited. I mean, I love the fact that they are super easy to set up. You can plug it in. It takes up literally this much space on your TV. You don't have to have that extra wire down to a console. Then from there, controllers attached. It's a really simple setup, but the one that I reviewed was pretty crappy. I think I reviewed two. One was better than the other, but it's hard to know like which is which on there because they all look exactly the same. They all use stock photos, so it is hard to track. You have to track them by the links, but you need somebody that links you to the right one, because even for us making content, it's hard to tell the difference without having it in your hand and knowing exactly where you got it from. So yeah, what was your experience like with that? Paid 60 for it. Terrible. Kind of what I expected. I think that's the one that I tried to play Sonic on, and Sonic was lagging. Like, I mean, if Sonic's lagging, it's pretty poor performance. Not that Sonic's by any means a slow-paced game, especially for that era, but I mean, by today's standard, it should be pretty easy to emulate. 2020 lockdown, I built so many retrocades. Yeah, I did one that was wall mounted. It's in my older videos. I still have it mounted to my wall in my old office area. I've changed rooms that I work out of in this house. I think this is my fourth. I've relocated in the house 4 different times. So this was an unfinished basement a couple months ago. So finally down here, and I have a lot of space, and I finally feel like I'm not cramped into a little area. But yeah, that's still mounted in I have this little room at the end of my garage where my pinball machine is, and I got to get that. That's going to go right over here when I find somebody dumb enough to help me. It's like 850 pounds. Yes. Yeah, this is fully adjustable. I love this table. Started on a Super Console X. Super Console X is pretty solid. Decent performance on there. I mean, you definitely have limitations, but that's definitely one of the better plug-and-play setups. And now they have so many different versions of even that now. Just got to your second line there. It sucked, so I used the ROMs for a custom Batocera build. Yeah, it doesn't compare to Batocera, but depending on what you paid for it, I know that they have some Super Console. I think it's the X2 now, which is still sort of a Super Console X. That is not too bad. But yeah, you can't get into like PS2 or GameCube or Wii or any of that stuff on there. You guys are in ads. Some people are in ads now. Getting used to the live stream sort of setup on here. Recently picked up a mini PC with a Ryzen 3600 GE. Seen many videos of people running GameCube full speed, but you shouldn't have. I'm not familiar with what mini PC. I probably should wait to say this until the ads are over. I guess I'll wait a second. The ads are tough to manage on here because I don't know if everybody has them. I know some people have the YouTube Premium, some people have the ad blockers, and then it's like different regions have different ads. So I tend to trail off when the ads are going. We got 3 seconds left on it. Playing with trainers, PCMT. Hello. All right, so yeah, I kind of trailed off there just because it seemed like some people were in it and they were in an ad. So what was I talking about now? I don't know. Trying to find my place on here. Oh, Friesen 1098. I'm not sure of the exact mini PC that you have, but looking at the specs there, I mean, you haven't given me too many specs, but you should be able to get into GameCube. GameCube is really not that challenging for something that has, that within. So you shouldn't have lags. I'm not sure what's going on there. What are you using it with? Is it Batocera or RetroBat or Launchbox, something like that, or maybe the emulator by itself? What do you predict we will see in 2024 for retro gaming, and will there be big improvements or just minor changes and advances? Awesome question, Mike. So we've seen so much. I feel like 2023 was a major year. 2022 felt like we saw like these minor changes. Like I mostly use Batocera, but still that incorporates obviously a lot of emulators. Um, I feel like it seems to alternate in my experience, anyways. So I hope to see big changes. I would love to see the Xbox 360 and PS3 emulators improve. PS3 is not bad for what it can handle, but um, yeah, it's still very limited. And at least they have the website you can go on and walk through what is available, what performs well. They're good at documenting that stuff. I'd love to see, great improvements there. I think what we're going to see from like a mini PC side is we're likely going to see a dip in the prices. That's what I think, anyways. As everything else in the world seems to increase in price, mini PCs seem to trend downward in terms of cost. But yeah, I mean, I hope that we see more of these more impressive mini PCs like this one right here. I don't know the price point of this, but most of them, like the B-Link I showed you guys earlier on, everything that is really high end seems to be around that $500 to $600 price point. So if we could see that go down to like 350, I mean, I think that would be a game changer. So many more people would be able to get into this stuff because budget is obviously a huge issue when you're talking about stuff like this. That's clearly a hobby. I've got a couple retro game consoles. One has over 100,000 games. It's nuts. RetroPie 3 stuff still works great. Yeah, 100,000 games. Like, I mean, I'm giving away this guy over here, the RetroBeast, which I got to check and see how many games are on here, but it's got to be, well into the 100,000s because it's 96 terabytes. I mean, I think on my Batocera setup, I want to say I have like almost 10,000, but that's more advanced stuff. Like where I'm not talking tons of main games or Super Nintendo. I'm talking, I have all of those for the most part, but I have tons of PS2, PS3, Xbox, GameCube, all those games that take up a lot of space. So on this, I mean, it's insane what's on there. But at the end of the day, like how many of those do you actually play? For me personally, it's not much. So I see both sides of it. It's nice to have access to them, even if you don't dive into them often. Um, this PS3 is not jailbroken. No, I mean, I'm sure you could do that. I'm not familiar with the process with those, but yeah, I've just tested it out with regular PS3 games, which I have right here. For GameCube games, I got a free GameCube modded, and it works great. Yeah, I haven't modded a GameCube, but I've actually looked into that, and I know people that have, and fairly easy to do. People seem to have great experience with it. I was recently looking into the Wii mods and hacks and all that stuff, and those are awesome too because internally they're very much comparable to a GameCube. I mean, you can get your GameCube games on there and Wii, and Wii's cost, I think, out of all the retro game consoles, the Wii is the most inexpensive. I think you can get one for not on DK Oldies website, but out in the wild, you can get a Wii console in pretty decent shape for like $35, $40. I don't know what DK Oldies is pricing those at these days, but a lot of people have been asking me to do another DK Oldies video, but I've been hesitant on that. Let's see what else we have here. No ads. I watched the video yesterday. I couldn't believe how many hours they were on video. It's been so long. We talked about ads. I'm in one now. I mean, they support the content creators, so I'll give them that, but yeah, it's annoying when you're with stuff like this. I get it. It's annoying, but at least with like the regular videos, I mean, you got to watch for like 5 seconds and then you can skip it. It's not that bad. Been modding PS3s for a long time for my favorite consoles. What's the modding experience like with one of these? Is it a challenge or one of the easier ones? Let's see what else we have. Modding a PS3 nowadays is almost as easy as a Wii. Oh, that's pretty good then. Yeah, I haven't done much with PS3s. Like I know how to refurbish a lot of consoles, but I've never done much with PlayStation. PS2 I've done, but not PS3. Yeah, Macho Madness. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's my favorite classic wrestler right there. If you can't tell, I've actually got him tattooed on my leg too. Yeah, when you're covered in this many tattoos, you just start getting random stuff. At least I do. Love the Wii. Yeah, the Wii is kind of. I feel like people overlook the Wii now, especially with the hype that GameCube gets, and especially for modding stuff. I mean, the cost of modding a Wii versus a GameCube, because a GameCube's still, unless you're getting one that's beat to shit, it's usually going to cost you more than $100, or I mean, right around $100, or what's DK Oldies charging for a GameCube? I actually bought GameCubes from them. I want to say they definitely had to be more than 150. Can you buy hard drive of games and save the games on another hard drive? I assume buy a hard drive of games and like back up a hard drive. Yeah, you could totally do that. I think that's what you're asking. From what I hear, it's hard to upgrade the hard drive. Makes sense. I love TKOs. They're such a reliable and inexpensive place to shop. Yeah, if you're in the right tax bracket, yeah. I don't know what they're up to these days. Are they have they gotten more reasonable with all the heat that they got? Probably not. I watched a couple of the videos on their Black Friday deals, and it was pretty laughable what they were classifying as like a deal on there. The controllers from Super Nintendo Classic Edition work with the Wii. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Ghost Squadron on the Wii is awesome. I haven't played that in a long time. I got into Wii games. I kind of missed Wii when it came out. I think it came out in 2006. I wasn't gaming a lot at that point in time. And when I did, I finally got a Wii and I played pretty much just the game that it came with, which was Wii Sports. So when I got into Batocera, I got into a lot more Wii games, and I discovered, what was out there for the Wii, and like all the light gun games. I love light gun games. So being able to dive into all of those has been a lot of fun to kind of experience them for the first time, all these years later. Okay. Just looking at playing with Trainer's PCMT. I'll have to look into doing that one of these days. Definitely check in on Friday. It'll be a good one. All this stuff's getting given away. If you weren't here from the start of this, yeah, all this stuff's getting given away, and even this guy over here, which is hard to see from that angle, but this is the RetroBeast 96 terabytes. God, I gotta put that down. That's gonna cost me a few bucks to ship. That's gonna be like 35 pounds. It's gonna be a UPS ground sort of deal there. I've never cared if people were international winners for that one, but I'm hoping that this one's a domestic shipment. I feel you. I have tons of tattoos, a bunch of randos. Yeah. Once you get to a certain point, I think it just is like there's an open space over here. I'll just put whatever fits. That's how I am, anyways. People always ask me, "Do your tattoos have deep meaning?" Honestly, most of them don't. Some do. Like I have my dog. One of my dogs passed away back in May, so I have his portrait on my stomach. So that means a lot. But most of them, not a whole lot. Macho Man's cool, but doesn't mean a whole lot to me. As far as like sentimental, value and all that stuff. Do you have an eBay store or Amazon store? Asking for an emulation gamer friend. I have a storefront on Amazon. I don't sell myself on there. I used to actually. And I do have a eBay store, but I don't sell in there much anymore either. eBay is just it's tough. And when I sold on Amazon, I actually did a video a while back on this because I was selling a lot of retro gaming stuff. I would buy stuff kind of local, like a lot of the resellers do, but it's tough. And if you're not DK Oldies or the big names in that with a fairly good sized YouTube presence, it's hard to sell for enough to where you're making money, but also being fair to people. So now I give away stuff. I like it much better. From a business standpoint, it's not better, but I like giving stuff away, and I like focusing on the channel here and not dealing with day-to-day sales and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't sell in there, but I'll link you guys actually in the description of this video, and like every video, there's a link to my Amazon store there. And I have a lot of stuff on there. I do videos outside of the channel here for different companies that from the channel have reached out to me and asked to test out things. So I don't like this right here that I'm giving away on Friday. I don't think that this is like super interesting for viewers here on the channel, but for anybody looking for something like this on Amazon, it's definitely something that has some value to people. So stuff like that, I'll do review videos on Amazon, and I won't bother putting them here on the channel. So yeah, I'll give you guys a link to my storefront. I got to find it because I'm like the worst self promoter on YouTube. All right, here it is. Is that it? Yeah. Copy link. Yeah, most people have these like right on hand. Not me. I gotta search myself. So that should get you to my Amazon storefront there. So you'll find like a lot of controllers and stuff. Anybody that ever reaches out to me looking for PC controller options and stuff like that, I have a whole section that I dedicate to that on there. So it's kind of a cool way to go through and see whatever I use personally, because everything that I review is stuff that I actually use. Even if I don't end up keeping it, like the headphones here, they're awesome headphones. I just don't really need them. Actually, these I have in my own copy of, so that was a bad example. But a lot of the stuff. Being serious though, watching TK Oldies videos that other people make is pretty interesting. I can't believe they're still in business. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of us watch people like social media people or YouTubers, whatever, and wonder like how are people tuning into this, or I think sometimes you get to a point where it's just your views are so big that YouTube keeps pushing them, and you're constantly, for DK Oldies, obviously, I think they're constantly getting new customers. I don't know how many people are going to them, having a good experience, and then going back to, spend another $10,000 with them. I think they're constantly just getting new people that, buy a couple of games, and I'm sure they're buying games from them is probably a decent experience. Have I bought games from them? I don't think I have. I've bought from Lukey Games. I had a great experience with them, but my interests in games are like, I'm not into the super popular stuff. So your really expensive N64 games, they're not what I'm looking for. So like I think I bought from them Enter the Matrix, which I think is like a $15-$20 game. And Lukey Games charged me exactly that. I think I bought an Indiana Jones game, which this was before the last movie came out, so it wasn't like the hot thing to buy. Not that it probably is right now. So I'm always buying like, stuff that's a little bit more obscure. My wife could use the headphones when I'm sleeping. There you go. My house, it's the opposite. I go to bed like 6 hours after my wife. It's crazy. But they come in handy for that. I get chewed out a lot less with them. I won the laptop monitor attachment. Oh, nice. Congratulations. Yeah, I reached out to everybody. I think, was it yesterday morning? Yeah, I think I was going to do it on Friday night, and then I didn't end up doing it. So reached out to everybody. Those will go out tomorrow. So you should have that. Who knows with what, postal services like these days leading up to Christmas. But I haven't heard a lot in terms of like crazy delays. I remember 2020, it was like I shipped something to a buddy in Pennsylvania, and I'm in Connecticut, so it should take like 2-3 days at the most. And he got the stuff like 6 weeks later. Like, 2020 was insane. Clint, I appreciate that. Appreciate the kind words. Who won the mini PC? That one was for, I gotta look that up. I forget his name. I don't have the window up right now, but last name was Rodriguez. I remember that much. And I don't think I made the labels yet. No, I made some of the labels. I don't think I heard back from him yet, actually. He's the only one I didn't hear back from. So I give everybody a week to claim things after they win, too. which usually isn't an issue. But I think 2 of the giveaways so far in the last couple of weeks went unclaimed, and then I just ran them back like the following, like 2 weeks later. So, yeah, Path of Neo, much better. Yeah. So for me, Enter the Matrix, I remember playing a lot for GameCube, and that was back. I mean, I was a kid back then. I was probably like 12 years old, 11, 12 years old, and you didn't have your own money to buy games. So I played that game through like so many times over, different levels and stuff. Path of Neo, I didn't get into until much later on. Like I missed it for the first 5 years that it was out. I think I actually played it on. Did I play it on PS3? There were a few PS2 titles that I actually didn't play until I got a PS3. The Sopranos game was like that too, which isn't great, but I'm a huge Sopranos fan, which you can see with the Tony Soprano painting up there. The game was just kind of fun because I liked the show, but yeah. The giveaways on Friday. It's not today. I announced all the items for the giveaway. So all the links are in the description of this video, but Fridays are the giveaways. Real shit 412. Hit the everybody hit the thumbs up. Do it. Where are they? I don't have thumbs up on my side. I can't like my own stuff. Yeah, I'm bad at self-promoting and hyping myself up on here. So like, subscribe, all that good stuff. It certainly does help. And it gets more attention from the companies that'll send more stuff that I'll just forward on to you guys. So yeah, like the video, share it, tell your friends. Huge help. I normally use RetroBeast and recently tried Botacera. Thanks for the videos and helping set it up. How do you like them? Which do you like more? Let me phrase it like that. Because they're very similar, like layout wise. I find that I'm more familiar with Botacera, but RetroBeast definitely, definitely easy to figure out, I think. And I think some things might work a little bit better, being that it's on Windows. Why do you have your fingers tattooed? I don't know. Why do I have anything tattooed? I don't know. Poor choices, some would say. I like tattoos though. I'm pretty well covered, so I have my dog's names across my fingers, and then random symbols, icons, whatever you want to call them there. Yeah, I don't know. I was a Hulkamaniac. Yes, I think we all were. I have Hulk Hogan. I have the Hulk Hogan version of that over here off camera. Enter the Matrix is so underrated. Yeah, I think a lot of people don't like it because you can't be. Well, you can be later on for like the fight portion of it. I think disc 2 has like the bonus stuff. But what are the guys' names? Is it Naomi and I forget the dude's name, which is who I always played as. I think it just kind of pissed people off that you couldn't be like Neo right from the start, or Morpheus or whatever. Just checking, is the 96 terabyte giveaway happening Friday? I only see 3 links. Yeah, so that one's going to be a live stream giveaway only. So it's going to be that, and then I have a USB drive as well, which I reviewed on Saturday here on the channel. So both of those are going to be the live giveaway. So I'm trying to do it so we have ones that people can sign up for all week long, and then ones that are just for people that show up to the live stream. So it's right here. So that will be here. What will happen is 8 o'clock, I jump on here, and even if you're not here right at 8 o'clock, I'll put the link up and I'll pin it so you guys can jump on, click the link, sign up right then and there, and you'll have an hour to do it because I'm not going to do the live stream giveaways until 9 o'clock. So yeah, that'll be the layout for that. I just started doing that this past Friday. So yeah, and I'll be a little bit more organized than I was this past Friday. How is AliExpress with shipping and products? Good or no? It's good. You have a longer wait though, depending on where you are. So in the United States, like typically, sometimes they'll surprise you and it'll be like 5 days or a week, but usually you're going to wait like 10 days or so. It's always different, but for me, it's been like that 10-day window typically. I'm sure there's cases where it's much longer than that. Sometimes they even will ship through. I think one time I got stuff from AliExpress and it actually shipped from New Jersey. So I assume they had like a warehouse there, or maybe that specific item had a seller that was somewhat local too. I don't know. It can be a different experience depending on what you're getting. But yeah, it's been pretty good. It's not, Amazon 2 days to your door, but yeah, pretty decent. And they don't have like if you're looking for like game drives and stuff, it's a little bit more reliable than Amazon because Amazon's gonna clear out listings every now and then. They'll if they're getting pressured, I'm sure by like Nintendo for something that is controversial. And I was actually thinking about doing a video on this topic, and then everything seemed to just pop back up on Amazon. So they do clear out listings, like if there's copyright issues and stuff with games, which obviously Game Drive, you can see how that could be an issue. They'll wipe out the listings, and then the sellers of those will have to like create new accounts or relist, and things disappear for a period of time on Amazon. So AliExpress doesn't have that issue, I assume, because they're based overseas where copyright isn't viewed the same way as it is here. So, how's your night going? Night's been good. I always love coming on here with you guys and doing these live streams. And this one I was planning to just do a quick one, and I kind of always end up hanging out. So it's always a good vibe. So awesome. What's the score of the football game tonight, too? I was just thinking football game's on, right? I'll look that up real quick. Slow game. 3-0 Ravens. Okay. I watched some of the Cowboys game. They didn't realize they had a game, I think. But yeah, just hanging out tonight. Kids are asleep, so winding down. Wouldn't you be tempted to keep the 96 terabyte gaming drive? I kept it for 8 or 9 months now, 10 months now, something like that. I've had it for a while. Honestly, I am a big fan of it. I think it's awesome for the right person, but for me, I can get everything that I'll actually play onto a 4 terabyte setup. So it's awesome to have access to all those games, but I personally don't need it because I know what I like and I know what I'm going to play. I don't play a whole lot, in all honesty. Gaming is like my wind down. I game almost every night for at least a little while. I have 3 kids, so it's a challenge to find time, but yeah, I need something that is like more a casual play. Like I don't need something I'm going to get addicted to or like sucked into too deep because then I end up never sleeping, which I already don't sleep enough as it is. So yeah, that's my logic behind that. I'd rather honestly somebody out there will put it to much better use than I will. You can see the fan on the back here is like pristine looking. It doesn't have any dust anywhere on here because I just don't ever dive into it. So yeah, I'd rather see it go to somebody else that'll use it more than I do. I have an Acer Nitro 5 with 1050. What are the specs on that one? So I've been looking into the Acer Nitros actually. Let me just see if I can pull up the specs for that. I've actually been playing with the idea of doing a review for that. And there's a couple different versions. So which one did you say you had? 1050. Let's see. So it's an i5, i5. And what was the question? You should get, I mean, just everything, specs are hard to actually go off of because there's obviously a lot that plays into that, with the setup itself. But just looking at the specs, at least of the one that I'm looking at for the, it looks to be the same one that you have. You have the GeForce RTX, or you said one. I would say you could probably, for retro gaming, you should be able to get through pretty much everything. I'm not sure. PS3 is where people usually will have an issue. Xbox 360 too, but that's not generally Xbox 360 issues aren't because of the PC. It's because the emulator is shit. Not to be too critical, but it kind of is. It's just not super reliable. If you go through Windows, it's much better than Linux, of course. But yeah, I mean, you should be able to get into pretty much everything, from what I can tell, anyways. And I could be looking at something that's a little different than yours. Justin wants to know where everybody is from, which is a great question. Let me know where you guys are all from. So New Jersey's here, California's here. Everybody's already letting me know. I'm so far behind on I'm not that far behind. Detroit. We always have Detroit people here. I like that. Got the new Detroit hat. I lived in Canton, Michigan for was there for 7 months, and then Oakland, Michigan for like another 7 months. So I wasn't out there for very long, but I feel like I've kind of found myself in Michigan, or figured out what I wanted and didn't want in life. So yeah, still a Detroit Tigers fan. And Red Wings a little bit. I follow the Red Wings, but I'm not diehard Red Wings fan. It's a lot to give away, though. Somebody will enjoy it more than me. But yeah, it is. I did a review on the Super Console X. It's not bad. Yeah, there's different versions. But yeah, my experience wasn't bad either. You just have to kind of adjust your expectations. I think for people that come into it wanting like, super high end performance out of it and the ability to jump into tons of stuff that it's just not capable of, then I can understand it being a letdown. It just depends on, what your expectations are and what your goals are for gaming. RTX can stutter at times. Agreed. Definitely can. Kentucky. KY's Kentucky, right? Yeah. So you're a Kentucky Red Wings fan, not what would be close to you? Predators? I'm trying to do my geography in my mind right now. Mr. Positive Live from Maine. So out of everybody, you would be the closest to me. I was in Canton today. Nice. I used to live right by the IKEA in Canton, like literally right across from it. I forget the main road there, but well, nice at the time. It was a nice apartment complex right next to the power lines. But Red Wings. We're going to get some Red Wings fans in here. Kentucky, but we're in California. Love California. I have some friends out in the LA area, so it's been a while since I visited out there, but I love visiting. One of my close friends was in Huntington Beach, so last time I went out there, well, no, it wasn't last time. Time before last time I stayed in Long Beach for like a week, and that was fun. Really hope to win the RetroBeast. Best of luck. Almost at the age of retirement. I'd be in it daily for sure. That would be the best time to dive into it for sure, because it definitely will give you more than a lifetime's worth of games. Play a lot of Xbox 360 and that old HP Pro Desk. It's definitely getting there. It's definitely seen improvements. Same with PS3. It's slow to get those improvements, but yeah, definitely heading in the right direction at least. Kentucky's full of predators. Not sure how to take that, but only reason to go to Canton. Agreed. Yeah, it was a different scene from what I was used to here on the East Coast, being in Canton. I remember when Andy Kaufman was mocking Jerry Lawler. He used to really get under Jerry's skin, and then Jim Carrey did too when he played Kaufman and what was it, Man on the Moon? I just watched the documentary like a year or two ago. I used to live in Waterbury, Connecticut. Okay, not far from where I am. Waterbury's tough. It happens on Friday. Yeah, I assume that's in relation to the giveaway. Yes, the giveaway will be Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So were you from Waterbury? No, you said you were. Everybody kind of blends together at some point. California. So what brought you to Waterbury? It's a weird place to relocate to. Just joking, Kentucky. Keep your sisters locked up, though. That's a good one. Have I played WWF Legends Challenge 64? Yeah, it's one of my best performing videos. Yeah, I did a video on it it wasn't when it first came out, but maybe like 2 months ago. It's awesome. Love that game though. Actually, when I first downloaded it, it was crashing quite a bit, but then I got rid of it, re-downloaded it, and I didn't have that issue as much. Hey, I'm from West Haven. Yeah, I think I've seen you before. Latino Heat. Yeah, Legends Challenge is pretty cool though. And I didn't even realize actually Latino Heat there is the one that told me that you can actually change your outfits. So I didn't realize that until after I put that video out. How do you enter? So if you go to the description of this video, you'll see or you can actually just go to my website on the main page there. If you scroll down, there's let's see. I will give you a direct link. You can enter to win 3 of the 5 giveaways. So here is the direct link. Just scroll down and you'll see like a little rotating photo thing, gallery, I think they call it. And if you go to the bottom, it'll say 1 of 5. Just hit the right arrow and it'll change to like the next item. And I do have to change the photo on the 14-inch laptop screen extender because it's not 3 screens. It's not 2 screens. It's 1 additional screen. I have it right here. So I just put the wrong image up. They have 2 different products that look pretty much similar. So I do have to change that after this live ends tonight. And then, yeah, for the RetroBeast, which is right here. And then I have the USB drive that I did a review on Saturday. Those will be the live giveaways. So I'll give you guys a link. And I think somebody just outlined that for you. But I'll give you guys a link as soon as I jump on the live on Saturday. So here's this tiny little game drive here, but it's got over 8,000 games, so it is pretty sweet. I'm an old school No Mercy fan, WWF on N64. You and Latino Heat, it's his favorite game. Yeah, so No Mercy is an awesome one. I was a WCW guy, so WCW NWO Revenge is my favorite, but No Mercy is probably the better game. But yeah, WCW is my childhood, so I gravitate towards that. No Mercy is the best. I would expect you to say that. But you're no good at it, right? You're just trying to hustle. Vader, you're looking for a plug and play setup that plays modern light gun games. What's like modern games? You probably need something that's more recent. See, playing with Trainers PCMT is on point there. WCW versus NWO. Yep, gotta agree with you there. I'm not worried about the giveaway. I'm here to find out why my 8BitDo controllers never pair with my Raspberry Pi. My buddy gifted me. It seems like the place to figure it all out. So you're using Bluetooth ones, right? I'll give you a link. You might have already tried this, but RetroPie, and I have to remember back to RetroPie because I haven't done as much with it, but you have to actually, and I don't know if this video walks through that. This video will show you how to reset your inputs altogether, but you have to go into your Bluetooth and get rid of there's like a forget connections or something like that option in the Bluetooth settings, and that'll basically reset everything there. Just pulling this up for you. So I did this video a while back. Actually, I think it was my first video, how to clear and reset input configurations on RetroPie. I'll give you the more recent version because it's just a better quality video. But hopefully this is for, where'd you go here? Mark to Mark. Try this video out. See if that helps you. But you may have to go to settings and reset your options. Now, you also want to update, and of course we're in an ad now. You might want to also update your firmware. So I don't know if you may have, since it was gifted to you, you might not have the most recent firmware on there. I know some people are in the ads right now for another 40 seconds, so I'll kind of catch up on these comments here. Good question from Biggie there. I'll answer that in a second because some of you guys might be in ad. No problem. I'm happy to help, Mark. RetroPie is a pain, in all honesty. So we got one more second, and then I always trail off when we have these ads. All right, so I know some people are in an ad there. So yeah, so hopefully that helps you, Mark. But definitely go to the 8BitDo website and update your firmware. You can do that by just simply locate your controller on their website, and they'll have like links to update the firmware. All you have to do is literally just connect it to a PC, and you'll have to download like the firmware updater, but it's a pretty simple process there. So between those three options, you should be able to figure it out, but RetroPie is a pain in the ass, in all honesty, and the Raspberry Pi with Bluetooth is a pain in the ass. So hopefully that helps you out. But yeah, even if it's like a discontinued controller, then you'll be able to locate it. It'll just be further down on their website, because I've had to do that. I have a few of their controllers, and usually it's a good experience. I do like them. Yeah, Latino Heat's horrible. Sure. That guy's won like competitions on N64, so he's always telling me how bad he is at games. Alfred, yeah, I heard that they were updating. I know last time I did a video, they added somebody to it. I forget who it was. It wasn't somebody that was like super excited to go back and to test out. I think it was it Orndorff? Paul Orndorff. I think that's who they added last. I could be wrong, but at least, at the time that I was back in there. And thank you, Mark, for the support subbing. I appreciate that. I like that Legend wrestling mod. Yeah, I wish they made it so, because I know some of the hack games out there and mods you can add to like Batocera. I did that with, what was it? It was the Double Dragon that had, you could be Andre, Macho Man, Hulk Hogan. I forget who else was on there, but I added that to Batocera successfully, and it was a great experience. So yeah, I wish that you could do that. I know there's a lot involved with the Legends ones though, so maybe one day we'll be able to get everything put together there. I'm not super familiar with the XU10, so I'm not sure. Daryl, so the giveaway, Daryl, is Friday. This video, I'm just kind of announcing what will be given away. So I walk through everything here. So we got a PS3, we got some headphones, we've got a laptop screen extender over here, and I'll provide you guys with a link actually to my website. And I've done this multiple times. I keep forgetting I can pin everything. So if you scroll down on my website, there's like a little gallery that you can scan, or not scan, but switch channels. I can't talk tonight. Switch pages on, and there you'll see that there's 5 different pages there, because I'm doing 5 giveaways. Only 3 of them are available right now to enter, and then the other 2, which will be for the RetroBeast 96 terabyte setup, which is massive, and then I have a game drive as well, game flash drive, that I'll be doing live. So those will be just available in the live. So when you jump on 8 p.m. Friday, I'm going to give everybody a link, and I'll pin it up here at the top. And as soon as one more person comments, there we go. I can pin this, because that stupid heart in the right side of the screen always blocks me. There we go. So now up at the top, you should have a pinned message. That's the website link. Scroll down and you'll see everything. Oh, they put King Macho. And I think that Macho had a lot of different outfits in that one, but I think he might have been in there when I checked last, but I know he was that was one of the later added outfits and stuff. Yeah, Macho Man's my guy, if you couldn't tell. Nice, Joshua answered your question. I love when other people can chime in when I don't know the answer. Yeah, PS3 is awesome. I love PS3. outfit number 8. There you go. Light gun games would be tough on that size. That's a good point. Way better than Shawn Michaels. He's more entertaining than Shawn. I think they're both pretty athletic. Different styles, though. Macho Man versus Piper and Alcatraz. There you go. Piper was good, too. I was just watching old school Piper on WCW Nitro. Going crazy on Ric Flair not too long ago. That guy could cut a funny promo, that's for sure. All right, so got the links there. Making sure I did everything here. We can start winding down for the night. So yeah, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll kick off those giveaways. We'll be doing 5, and I'm going to spread everything out because the first couple times I did it, I had everything kind of too close together, and it just became a lot to deal with there. Short projector. Latino Heat, take note. He was asking me about projectors the other day. I don't know much about the projectors. I've never used one or anything like that, but I know a lot of people use them for gaming now. Like when Hulk was tag team with Savage. Yeah, the Mega Powers. Late 80s. And then it became, they always had a good rivalry, and they teamed up a lot, but yeah, that was a good time. 1989, I think that was. It's before I was even born. I remember renting the VHS tapes, though, as a kid. Good times. Now we can go on Peacock and enjoy most of it. They don't have everything, though. That's right. Latino Heat says, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe, because you guys know I'm not going to self-promote. I got to figure out how to. There we go. Hey, I actually do have a thumbs up. Can I like my own thing? No. Well, hit the thumbs up for me. 112. That's pretty good. Joshua, best of luck. So I don't choose people like based on, names or anything like that here. I don't make the actual selections. Everybody that enters on basically this plugin that I have on my website, and then it just tallies everything up. It saves everybody's contact info so I can reach out if they win. But then I just do a random selection. I just think that's the best way to keep it fair. So I have absolutely no control over who wins. But I like that. It's just random, just pure luck. So best of luck, though. PS3 is great, and this is a really great copy. I'll show you guys the cover here. Not flawless by any means. There's actually like a little, let's see if I get the light on there. Can't even see. You can see tiny little, it's not a scratch. It's just like a little blemish that kind of goes in like a half circle shape. And this is the 160 gigabyte version, but it's clean. It's in great shape. I'm not going to say it's refurbished because I didn't refurbish it, but I tested it out. It works great. And then we've got the, white official PS3 controller. We're not going to do the DK Oldies third-party shit here. So everything here is original. Who remembers? I remember Ultimate Warrior, not live, but I mean after the fact. I think that I would have been born then. I think that was 1990 or so. But yeah, love what you're doing, sir. God bless. Thank you, Joshua. I appreciate the support. Yeah, it's definitely a clean one. DK Oldies is horrible. Yeah, I mean, it seems to be the theme over there. Can you please repeat how to enter? Yeah, so go to the top there. You'll see a pinned link next to my name in yellow. The whole thing should be like highlighted in blue. Click that link, scroll down on the website, and after you see my cartoony face there, you'll see Sony PlayStation 3. There's a little tab that says enter to win. Click that link there. It'll take you over to the giveaway page, and then you can back out. And if you scroll down below that PS3 picture, there's it says like 1 of 5, you could just hit the arrow to the right and it'll bring you to the next item and then the next item and so on. So you can do that, cross the line there for each of the giveaways. The direct links, though, are in the description of this video. So I don't know how these live streams look for you guys on your end, so I can't really direct you as to where that is on here because for me, it's completely different on my end. But if you can locate the description of this video, you'll see all the available links. And the 2 that I'm doing live that night, I don't have the links available to you guys yet. That's going to be I basically will give you guys a link to those, just like this one up here at the top of your screen that's highlighted right now. You'll get those as soon as we jump on 8 p.m. Friday night. There you go. Kevin's on point always. GameStop is no better. I've never bought a console from GameStop, so I've heard horrendous things, but never personally. Actually, I bought a couple things from Goodwill that were refurbished by GameStop. And out of curiosity, I opened them up. I thought about doing the video actually after I already opened it up, but I opened up, I think it was actually a PS2 that it said refurbished by, and actually had the date, refurbished by GameStop, had the date and like a little signature. And I actually opened that up and there was no sign that it had ever been refurbished, but who knows, when it was, or actually, I think it was like 2 years before I had bought it. So I guess it could have been refurbished then, but definitely didn't look like it was. It was still pretty shoddy inside. So yeah, I think that's how most of the sellers are out there. I think most loosely use the term refurbished and have no idea or maybe they know and they just kind of manipulate that, but nobody seems to actually refurbish. I had decent experience with Lukey Games, and who was it? Actually, I had one decent experience with Lukey Games, one not so good experience, and then who was the other one? Starland. I tested them out, and they were probably the best. But those were the 3 that I tried out: TK Oldies, Starland, and Lukey Games. Never tried GameStop. Xbox 360 broken disk drives. Yeah, I've done a lot with Xbox originals and Xbox 360s. Actually, I think I'm going to do a giveaway for an original Xbox soon too. I've been trying to locate one of those to give away. So paste your YouTube handle in the competitions. Oh, paste your YouTube. Got it. That'll piss some people off. Wait till Friday. Yeah, so that one will be as soon as we jump on here. I think I was a couple minutes late this Friday, but I jump on here 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Friday, and I will give you guys the link right away. So that'll be like one of the last things that I give away. So you'll likely have usually I separate everything by 15, 20 minutes. So it'll be closer to 9 o'clock that we wrap that one up. So you'll have some time to get your entries in and all that stuff. Got a classic game store in Auburn, Maine that sells old school systems. That's where I buy my stuff. Game Zone. Nice. Game Zone. Do we have Game Zone here? There's one fairly local to me that I've never gone in and I keep meaning to go in. No, it's Game Exchange. PS3, PS4, the last gamer consoles. I agree. Everything's different now, though. It's totally a different world with all the gaming stuff. Yeah, we have fun on Fridays. Definitely be there. And this week, I think, is the best week. I've said that consistently every Friday, but this one's definitely. I mean, this alone is $3,500 right here. What's a PS3 go for these days? Depends. I mean, this could be a $500 item if we're going off TK Oldies prices. I feel like I'm shitting on them a lot tonight. Just joking, TK Oldies. But not really, because they probably do charge $500 for something like that. Yeah, I think everything now needs updates. That's the challenge. Especially if you're somebody like me, I don't have a ton of time I have small windows where I can game. The worst is when you're craving diving into that game and you get on there and you have to do an update. It's it's not like on an Xbox One or, something that totally crawls, but still it takes time to do the updates. Some longer than others, but yeah, I hate the update thing. where you just have no idea when you're going to need to do one. Yeah, a lot of people have been talking about that now. How it's. I was just watching. I didn't finish the video, but was it RGT? I'm so bad with other YouTuber names. RGT 85. Hopefully, I got the right initials there. He was talking about that. I think today or the other day. Yeah, that's why I always liked the options that had the disk drive, because then you could buy an actual copy, then it's yours. But yeah, I mean, they're just kind of taking over full control nowadays. Yeah, Josh, you're totally right about that. Online only game, they shut the servers down, you're bricked and can't play the game. Yep, 100%. We're just in a weird place with that. It's nice that technology has evolved so much, but now they've gotten so much more control over literally everything. But then they'll, have a hair across their ass about emulation and how that's disrupting everything for them, which, I definitely think that there's issues with like Nintendo Switch, for example. If there's people with access to, and I mean, we know the last Mario game was leaked early and stuff. I get that. It definitely can interfere with their bottom line and all that stuff, because it's a modern day game that you can easily emulate. But for the most part, emulation, I don't think is really having a major impact on these companies, because most of them aren't giving you access to those games anyways. Nintendo's made a lot of stuff, available on Switch, but look at Xbox. Like, how many classic Xbox games are backwards compatible with the modern day consoles? It's ridiculous how little, how many few games are in the library that you can actually play. I did see that. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. It's insane, and that's physical games. So that's ridiculous. Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about modding an original Xbox, because I'm very familiar with, what's going on internally on that. That's probably the most familiar I am with a console, is the original Xbox. So, um, yeah, I've been considering that for a long time. It's just time is not ever on my side these days. So, how do you enter for the 96 terabyte giveaway? So I'm going to give everybody a link. That one's not available to enter beforehand. You have to be in the live stream for that. So as soon as I jump on at 8 p.m., if you really don't like hanging out with me on Fridays, you could just hang out for the, drop in, get the link, and then come back an hour later. But yeah, I'm going to give you guys a link first thing on, as soon as I jump on Friday. It'll be pinned like this link up here at the top of your screen is. Click that, and you'll be able to enter just like you did the other ones today. So just trying to keep it fun for those that, come out for the live streams. So just kind of an interesting way, because before we were just doing, like the first three here where everybody can enter, and then a lot of the winners weren't, present in the live stream. So I just want to do something that is just for those that show up. So not that there's anything wrong with not coming to the live stream. I get it. Life happens, but yeah. Look what Warner is doing with deleting everything on Max. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, streaming and stuff and like Netflix and all this stuff is cool, but you don't have control over it. I mean, unless you have a friend like Latino Heat there that helps you set up a Fire Stick and stuff, and then you have access to like anything. But I mean, that's the same as emulation, when you compare the two. But yeah, we don't really have control over anything really. These platforms control everything, and all these companies behind them control everything. So it's kind of a weird place to be. Yeah, I definitely see what you're saying about it being a lease there, Vader. That makes total sense. So I've always tried to get physical copies, but now even that is being, manipulated by the companies. So yeah, it's bizarre. It'd be nice if and like even with the Xbox, because I recently had the Xbox, what do they call it now? My memory is shot today, but the pass for Xbox, whatever. the hell that's called right now. Um, the games that they put on there are pretty shitty. So you don't have access to like what you really want access to. Like for me, anyways, the games that I want, I have to pay for. And I recently bought on my Xbox account an Indiana Jones game because I'm obsessed with Indiana Jones. I think I paid more for the online one that they can just remove from my account at any point in time than I would actually getting a physical copy. Ironically, I just picked up the physical copy the other day, but it's just we're in a crazy time for sure. I regret selling off my DVDs. Yeah, I don't even think I have a DVD player in my house right now. Ever since I moved, I'm sure somewhere it's in a box, but yeah, I just rely so much now on the technology that I'm really not a big fan of. We as an easy mod homebrew channel. Yeah, I was just watching a video on that. Somebody did a short video that like gave you a fast tracked tutorial on how to do that mod, and it was such a good video. I'll have to look it up and share it here on the channel because it was just really cool how they did it in such like a short period of time. Otherwise, you have to watch like a full video that's fairly long-winded, especially if the retro gaming guy covers it. Um, so it was cool to see it like crammed into a 30-second short. But yeah, it's a pretty simple process with the homebrew channel. Yeah, that's true. Mr. Positive live. Dev mode only. They help. I think the long-winded videos help you kind of not leave too much. It gives you enough information where you're not kind of having to piece things together on your own. So yeah, I think it helps for the tutorial stuff because I watched a lot of tutorial stuff to learn how to do the stuff that I do with emulation, and sometimes they just don't break it down super easily, and you have to you get to a point where you have to guess one direction or another, and if you're me, you always do the wrong one, and that's how I learned through trial and error. So uh, yeah, hopefully they aren't too long-winded. But all right, guys, so we've been going for like an hour 20. It's definitely been fun, but I got to get some stuff together. I got to film another video for hopefully tomorrow. So I'm going to let you guys go, but I will see you guys all back here on Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And remember we have the three that you can enter to win right now, but we have those two giveaways that'll just be live here on the channel. So as soon as we jump on here, 8 o'clock, I'll give you guys those links. You can sign up for those giveaways. And at the end of the live stream, I will draw both winners. So it'll be a nice little pre-Christmas giveaway for everybody. So have a great night, everybody. Thank you guys so much for the support here on the channel. Love hanging out with you guys. And I think we'll try to keep doing it. Probably not next Sunday because is that Christmas or is that Christmas Eve? I think it's Christmas Eve. I think from now on, though, we'll do Fridays and then we'll do Sundays. I'll just jump on here casual, just walk through, what I'm giving away later in the week. So that's going to do it, though. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys. Hopefully tomorrow I'll have a video out. I'm not sure yet what I'm doing, but I'm sure I'll do something tonight and edit it tomorrow and put it out. So, all right. Thanks. Have a good night, guys. I will see you hopefully tomorrow, but Friday. Take care.